talk.
My house was burned down, my shop was looted.
Tukapigwa, watoto wawili wangu wakauliwa.
It was hell. They murdered my innocent brother.
Niligangrepiwa. A gang of 8 men.
We did it.
Self-defense.
Self-defense. We did it.
Niliona zile picha, nikaanza kufikiria vile vitendo ambavyo vilifanyika wakati huo. Nikahisi vibaya sana, na labda iko kwa kupenda kwangu. Ni kitu tulilazimishwa.
Yaki hapana.
Ndipo tena kuangalia ndo at least unalana lesson. Ndo aka usiwe repeat kitu kama hiyo.
I'm telling the youth outside there, revenge won't bring back what we lost.
Njia nzuri tu ya kuponyesha nchi ni kusameheana.
Tuombane msamaha, nchi yeruti bila iko, hata kama uchumi inatumiza, lakini tusinyongane.
Two years ago, Kenya had election violence. We went to the elections, and what followed was a disputed outcome. And in a span of 2 months, over 500,000 people were displaced and over 1,000 killed. I was working as a photographer. I covered the violence. I saw the killings. And it was difficult covering violence in my own country. Afterwards, I went back to the newsroom. I was traumatized. I had nightmares. I had suicidal thoughts. And I thought, what can I do to make a difference? And I founded Picha Mtaani. Picha Mtaani means street exhibition. And what we're doing in my country is traveling across the country, showing people the effects of the violence, what happened during the violence, and trying to reconcile them. It's difficult, you've been beaten, arrested, and what you're trying to do is give young people a chance. There are about 2.7 million armed militia in my country, young people involved in militias. What happens, you have about 42 tribes, different tribes, and you vote along tribal lines. So it was tribal violence, and we're trying to get young people to reconcile, give them a platform for dialogue, that when you see those pictures, you try and see, it could have been you in that space. It's an open space for reflection, that you can come and say, why did I kill? Why did I rape? Why did I do these things? And it's been working. It's challenging, but it's working. At the same time, you have an election coming up in 2 years' time, and you're working against the clock, knowing that tick-tock, that if we don't do something about it, our country will burn. And the motivation behind all this is that I see the world through the lens of my camera. That's what I do every other day. I take pictures. When I'm angry, I'll show you a photo. And I have a 3-year-old son that I love so much. And I want him to grow in a country that is not tribal, a country that he would be judged not because of his tribe, but because of integrity and character. And that's what I do every other day. And I believe that I'm using photography to change my world and heal my continent. And I know that you have tools or something that you have in your own way that you can use to make a difference in your own world. As I live here, I want to ask you, what do you have that can make a difference in this world? That when you leave this world, you leave it a better place than you found it. Thank you.
IBM has underwritten the filming of the TED Fellows Talks. Each fellow talks for 4 minutes about the work that they do or an idea worth spreading. And because of IBM, they now have the opportunity to be considered for TED.com.
IBM is all about innovation, not just the innovation we do within the company, but the innovation we work with other people and organizations to do. TED Fellows really encourages people to take their ideas and actually execute on it. And that's a great marriage to be able to drive the next wave of change and advancement.
At TED Global, we have a demonstration called Edison, which is about the smart and intelligent generation of energy. The future of how energy would be produced and consumed by sources such as conventional power generation plants, solar energy, renewable sources of energy, wind, and new consumers of energy such as electric cars.
Solving the key problems that affect society today require a different way of thinking and a different way of coming up with solutions. IBM's initiative around Smarter Planet is looking at the biggest problems we have: water, infrastructure, medicine, etc. And TED is providing a venue to get all the thinkers of the world together, and working with IBM, I think we can bring both communities together to really reach that global forum.